Today we're going to react to Spoke's first video of Unstable SMP Season 2. This one is titled, I Spent 100 Days Hidden in a Secret Minecraft Base. Last time, Spoke was the main character of the Mafia arc, and the Mafia arc has come to an end. So it's interesting to see where things will be picked up from here. Shout out to Spoke, let's get started.
I was on the Unstable SMP when I stalked this player long enough to see them do this. Oh. And I didn't realize it at first, but I had stumbled across an entire network of hidden bases.
Interesting.
Like just one of these rooms is hiding 5 other secret entrances. But a base owner wouldn't do this for no reason. If I wanted to successfully uncover every secret within it, I would have to traverse the tunnels, make my own bunker, and most importantly, stay invisible. By the way, YouTube has a feature that shows me who subscribes while watching my videos. So 7 of you subscribe while watching this, I'll be really happy.
Me too. Make sure to subscribe. Interesting. So at the end of the Mafia arc, Ashwag seemingly had retired from the POV of Parrot, right? He had essentially retired, but then he flew off in one of... There was a bit of a random thing there in the end of the Mafia arc with Ashwag. But Ash is back. Interesting. Okay, cool. Let's see.
On the morning of day 1, I saw...
Also, and we already kind of knew, or assumed that Squiddo was the copper trim, and this kind of probably confirms that. So.
Come up. I didn't know when he would be back, but this was my chance. I found the same button he used, and I barely made it through the door. Of course, if I was spotted once, I risked them moving everything, so I proceeded with caution.
CM?
At first, it didn't seem like much.
I don't know how to pronounce
just
that.
a couple chests, furnaces, and some brewing stuff. But then, there was another player. I stayed a bit behind, but then she opened up the floor and fell in. I watched the name tag through the wall continue on until it suddenly disappeared. I wanted to know where they went, but I knew Ash could come back at any minute. I checked my invisibility and I still had 2 minutes left. So I thought it wouldn't hurt just to take a peek. This was insane. I knew a player as notorious as Ash was hiding something crazy down here. So I needed to be ready.
That's cool.
On day 2, I returned to the entrance with some newly brewed invisibility potions. I promised to myself that I wouldn't leave this base until the 100.
So this is a full 100 days video. I actually, fun fact, haven't watched a 100 days video before, maybe ever. Actually, maybe I have, but it's at least been a long ass time since I have. I understand the potential negative feedback some people give because this is a very different style of video compared to like the Unstable format, if that makes sense, right? It's not an SMP video. We're watching 100 days, at least as of right now. So it's very different format-wise. That's interesting.
Days were up. So I drank a potion and went in. No one seemed to be nearby, which was perfect because my goal today was to explore the tunnel. I clicked the button and fell on my first try. I was definitely nervous about running into one of them, but my nerves got worse when I saw this. I remembered seeing Squiddo's name tag drop as well. However, despite the chances of her being down there, I dropped anyway.
Okay.
I then made a left and found my first room. It seemed to be some sort of mob farm with a maxed out enchanting setup. Connecting to it was a room with some shulkers. But I took a closer look and realized it was a spider spawner.
Whoa!
These are rare on Unstable, but I found something even better. A chest filled with crazy enchanted books. To give you context, there were thousands of players online every day, with most of them being lucky to have iron armor. So a find like this would already make me pretty rich. I looked through the shulkers in the other room, but before I could think of stealing anything, I saw someone coming.
Who's that? Is that Squiddo?
I didn't know where to hide, but after almost catching me, she seemed to smelt something, which opened another secret passage.
Wow, no way.
I was right, and it led to another tunnel. I was low-key afraid of where someone would pop out next, so I ran back up to the first room to regroup.
Regroup? That's not how regroup works, Spoke. You're alone. You can't regroup with yourself. That doesn't work like that, but sure.
By day 3, I realized I couldn't stay in the open forever, and I needed a safe spot. Luckily, I saw another YouTuber, Otekers, do something like this.
Oh.
But he made his own base literally inside of the player's walls.
Okay.
So I decided to take a note from the master. I grabbed some stone from the chest for a button, but instead I accidentally broke their sugarcane. I realized my best bet was to keep it simple and mine through their wall. For now, I just wanted to dig out a small tunnel to a room I could use.
Okay.
All right. On day 4, I was getting worried where Ash could be, so I wanted to make a couple peeky holes to look through. My first idea was with lava, but that led to a pretty close call. Oh!
You have a fish bucket. You're a fish bucket, man.
When I was careful, it actually worked kind of well. Once she left, I began placing some key blocks I would need for later.
Okay.
Then I made a peeky hole to look from the top of the room and one to look from below. However, to be sure they won't find my entire base from these, I blocked off the peeky holes with stone whenever I wasn't using them. Finally, on day 5, I heard them speak.
Yo, 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 what's good, bro? What's up? Hello?
Hello?
What are we saying? Okay.
Yo!
I made sure I was muted on voice chat, but I could still hear them through the walls.
Wait, sorry. I was invis. I just finished putting everything in the void room like you asked. I was invis. I was. No,
They
it...
continued to bicker, but this
Okay.
was my chance to learn more about the base.
Nobody saw you.
Watch out for the trap, by the way. Watch out for the trap.
Yeah, Spoke's third wheeling right now. That's
Positive that
awesome.
nobody saw you.
Well, I was
Wait. I didn't even clock Ashwak has armor on. Wait, that's actually revolutionary. We haven't seen that yet. Holy moly.
F5, so if there was somebody sneaking behind me, I would have seen it. And I would have noticed... Hey.
I didn't know what the void room was, but the more I listened, the more I got curious. However, the rest of the conversation was kinda useless.
Dude, you know they're shutting down Skype? That's why I texted you on WhatsApp. Let's build the AFK WhatsApp farm.
Yeah, but
On day 6, I wanted to move the
AFK
base way
WhatsApp.
farther out.
What are we
I also
saying?
didn't want to feel like I was just living in a cave, so I started decorating to make it more basey. On day 7, I started brewing a new batch of potions because on day 8, I wanted to follow Squiddo to see where she spent her time.
Right.
I noticed that they added some new things, and I saw Ash's name tag behind the lava. I would have to explore that later though, because I saw that they might have spotted my peeky hole. Luckily, my stone strat seems to stop the rest of my base from being found, but I couldn't worry about that now. On day 9, Squiddo finally came back to the base. She immediately went through the sugarcane door, but I couldn't follow yet. Once she couldn't hear me, I clicked the button and fell through.
Okay.
I had to sprint to catch up, and I even spammed my spacebar as hard as possible to go even faster. Luckily,
I guess that's what you have to do when you're doing 100 days of literally nothing. You're explaining every single thing of all time. You know, I had to sprint after Squiddo, and you know, I had to also spam my spacebar to sprint faster. Cool, Spoke. You do know that at the beginning of the Unstable SMP, you're talking about exploits. It's as if the entire audience is 5. Like, we don't have to explain every single element of Minecraft. He's about to open a crafting table and be like, you know, and I had to make a pickaxe, but I had to figure out how to do that again. So then I grabbed 2 planks, and then I made sticks, and then I grabbed some cobblestone, and then I made a pickaxe. Like, all right, man.
Stayed muted in the voice chat or else they'd hear this. I arrived at the spider farm.
Dream could never do that.
And luckily she was still there. I didn't know if she would just run back up. But then she went through the shulker to seemingly another tunnel. I've actually used this trick before, so I knew exactly what to do.
The audience is 6'7". All right, man.
Now that I was in, I needed to catch up. This tunnel was extremely long, so I knew it would lead to something good. Then I finally got a glimpse of the room.
This is the most popular Unstable SMP video from Spoke? Oh my god, it's 7 million views. Hold on. That's crazy.
When I got closer, I made a mistake. It was a trial chamber. But right at the entrance was a trial chamber vault. These would only open if a player was near, and Squiddo was definitely not close. I still didn't understand what was actually built here, but when Squiddo started coming up, I decided to take cover. Somehow, she didn't notice.
You know,
but there was no time to waste. I could easily come back later to this room.
Maybe the over-explaining is kind of nice because you do have to realize that like these videos aren't just meant to be watched all in one, like, in an order. I did literally say yesterday, for the YouTube audience, this is going to make no sense, but for the stream audience, yesterday when we were talking about best Unstable SMP videos, I said the Parrot video was the best, right? The Parrot
and I had to see where Squiddo would go
the
next.
Parrot thingy video was the best. The mining sieve, because it stands on its own. I guess this is another example. Right? This is another video that'll stand on its own. So.
I knew she was down there, but I couldn't wait to see where it led. There she was, inside of a music room. I heard it was common for players on the server to have these types of rooms, but this one was impressive, since it looked like they had every single disc in the game.
Cool.
I continued to rotate around the middle so Squiddo couldn't see my particles. However, in the corner of my screen, I watched her do this.
Oh,
there was
the painting.
Another secret behind the painting.
No way.
After I noticed her leaving, I began looking through the chest. And these guys had hundreds of music discs, even some rare ones.
Oh, that says CNT. I assume that stands for count. I admittedly did misread that and just thought it said a different word there.
But obviously the real witches weren't in here, but behind the painting. And it was all right.
What did the sign say?
But behind the painting.
Je suis music. Nice.
And it was all right. Obviously, they wouldn't hide diamonds in their music room, but this meant there were surely more secrets like this. On day 10, I came back to the base because I wanted to make my own secret room. I grabbed the trapdoor and made a crawl space under my brewing stands. This would lead to a stash of items I specifically stole from them.
I am music
On
Playboy
day
Cardi
11,
reference.
I continued decorating the base, but I came up with an idea. Since 2 players use this space, I could theoretically steal items and have them blame each other. Obviously, I couldn't go too crazy, but a couple diamonds surely wouldn't hurt.
I'm impressed.
On day 12, I added an extra
layer.
layer of protection, because connected to the first room I built was a seemingly normal room, but right in the corner was the key to my real base.
The suspicious button.
Next, I started mining because I wanted to make a tunnel directly to the music room. So now if I use this trapdoor and mine this block, I can head straight back to my base.
All right.
On day 13, I wanted to investigate the paintings, but I couldn't do that yet since they were talking in the first room for a while. I tried to eavesdrop to see if they would say anything more about the void room.
Come with me. I wanted to show you something. You see this? If you press the lever, it will dispense seeds into that. It was for a fish that lived in there, but the fish died.
But out of nowhere, they dropped this bombshell.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We need to decorate the dragon egg room because
I had completely forgotten that before the war, Ash was the one with the dragon egg. I mean, it made sense that he still had it, but that also meant it was somewhere in this base.
the important thing is not only for this base to be secure, but we also needed to prove a point.
I didn't really know what that part meant, but this guy did have the biggest ego.
We are still extremely rich.
I mean,
I probably, but like after you had a whole mafia that completely crumbled, I would just kind of chill. Like, you don't have to prove anything, I guess.
are we still the richest?
Definitely.
They then went through the lava wall, opened a door, and entered the other room. They continued talking about some random stuff, but I couldn't wait any longer to investigate the paintings. So I went in.
Our wealth when we come in so that we remain in a position of power when we do the trade. Because I do not trust that guy at all.
Do you trust me?
I first
Wait,
noticed the
that
signs
guy?
called cobblestone, but the room was kind of strange.
Whoa, hold on.
Do you trust me?
Huh?
Because I
Further back.
so that we remain in a position of power when we do the trade. Because I do not trust that guy.
Room was kind of strange. As I guessed, you could go through the painting, but there seemed to be a trap on the other side. With not much luck, I decided to explore the second floor, but I accidentally stepped on the pressure plates. However, they didn't seem to notice.
This is my favorite base of all time. I love Point Nemo.
Yeah, even more than that villainous castle you had.
That castle was empty.
Uh-oh.
That's the alarm.
Oh shoot, yo!
That's the alarm.
Hello?
That's the alarm.
Hello? Is somebody here?
You check upstairs. Upstairs now. Upstairs.
Oh.
Okay, yo. Show yourself. I'm checking the trapdoors. I don't see anybody. Could have just been Nemo.
Nemo?
It could have just been Nemo, totally.
I put a fish right behind the alarm.
That would have messed with the redstone, huh?
Probably.
Right,
It probably washed all the redstone away.
All right. We have to be careful. I was just talking about security. So this. Oh, I see now.
Yeah, you see the fish. You see the fish. Come on, let's go finish setting up Norton.
Despite the odds, I wasn't caught, and they thought something else
Holy
they built
levels!
tripped
I just
the
realized,
redstone
bro, it's
instead.
264.
I took this as a sign that I needed
What
to lay
the
low
hell?
for a bit.
Did
On
we
day 15,
extinguish
I went
the
back
entire
out.
Ender Dragon
By
family?
this point, they left the first room, so I was pretty comfortable. I checked some of the empty hallways, flicked a few levers, and eventually found the bedroom. There were some boring books in the lecterns, but I did notice some particles.
I do kind of want to see what's in the book. Hold on.
Bedroom. There were some boring books in the lectern.
Point Nemo Diaries. I should feel trapped, but I do not. I feel free than ever. Feel more liberated than ever. And this is right now. Oh, as of... Never mind, doesn't matter.
But I did notice some particles. There was an ender chest under the trap door. I checked the other ones and found this ladder.
No, I do
but
not speak
also
Dutch on
a
stream.
secret lever.
For now, at least.
However, I spotted a name tag. It was Squiddo. I barely avoided the pressure plates and decided to hide behind the painting.
Okay.
Then she went back down the ladder. It was a close call, but I wasn't done. Because on day 16, I wanted to head back to the trial chamber. On my way there, I stopped at the spider farm to check for secrets.
Okay.
I looked behind the furnaces and even broke the painting.
Oh.
But with nothing found, I continued
never
to the chamber. When I got there, I immediately found a secret lever, but it seemed to do nothing.
Yep.
I was also able to look into the chest and found some ominous potions. I
Okay.
realized that this was probably a trial chamber farm, which meant there had to be loot. I didn't know what the boats were for, but I did find some potions and some wind charges. I started spamming them around for fun, but then I accidentally discovered that the boats had a purpose. Below one of the boats was a chest filled with all of the loot from the farm. Of course, I had to take some to bring
And you
back
took
to
the diamond
stash.
block. All right.
But I ended up finding another secret.
Cool.
Except this one had nothing inside. I arrived back at the base on day 17. I was beginning to realize just how rich I would be by the end of this challenge.
Totally.
On day 18, I was feeling ambitious and wanted to explore where the ladder led. I was first met with a row of bells. I didn't know what they were for, but I was soon met with some doors. And this. I didn't know if this was supposed to be a bedroom, but I found it weird that Squiddo spent most of her time here. However, after playing with the trapdoors, I found a secret chest with an enchanted golden apple inside.
Hold on.
I was considering swapping it out for a normal golden apple, but I thought that was too risky. I left it how it was and headed back to my base. On day 19, I began mapping out all of the rooms I had found so far. I placed the first room, the spider farm, the music room, Squiddo's room, and the trial chamber farm. I knew there were so many more rooms hidden in this base, and the void room was still out there. But on day 20, I watched Squiddo in the first room until she started lifting up into a new area I hadn't found. So when she left on day 21, I decided to investigate. I couldn't tell at first where she could have went.
This implies that he's AFK for 20 minutes doing pretty much nothing, right? If nothing, or at least nothing of purpose. Obviously, let's keep it real. This wasn't 100 actual days of Minecraft, because a Minecraft day is 20 minutes, and what, 100 times 20 minutes? That's a lot. That's more than a day. So, yeah, no. Definitely a little different.
I tried checking the second floor for any clues. I then realized it was possible it had to do with this lava. I got distracted by this chest though, which was a mistake. But I took my golden apples out, equipped my armor, and went up. As I guessed, it was a new room. It seemed to be an automatic potion brewer. It would be useful for brewing more invisibility potions, but I felt safer using the ones in my base.
Okay.
So I left and marked it on my map.
Totally.
On day 22, I finally realized I had always gone left to the spider farm instead of going straight down the tunnel. So it was time to change that.
Oh.
At the end, there was a nether portal.
Oh, yes.
It definitely looked like a room of secrets, but suddenly, Squiddo appeared. I
Oh.
made sure to stay crouched so she wouldn't hear me take damage on the magma blocks. After a moment, she leapt. This was my chance to find any redstone doors.
Okay.
But out of the corner of my screen,
Yo.
I saw a trapdoor. I ran through the fire and went down the water to find a chest
Through
with
the
some
fire?
fire resistance
Pioneer
potions.
reference?
I wanted to explore the other side of the portal, so I decided to take one to be safe. I drank the potion and I went through.
Okay. I just realized the face cam's covering this.
I was met with a very interesting room. I looked in the chest and found a ton of items you'd find in the Nether. Then there was some sort of lava farm, which was weird because we were surrounded by it. But when I turned, I saw Squiddo. With no choice, I jumped in the lava and waited for her to leave.
Patient. 1 lava, 2 lava, 3 lava, 4 lava. My first time having lava. I feel so honored that I... Wait. How much lava did he want? Okay, I will make another one though.
For some reason, she was waiting for the farm to make more lava.
I guess I could just like... Do we really need this fountain? Is he even gonna notice?
What
if
videos
I-
is this?
Nah, bro.
100 days,
Nah,
super
bro.
microface.
There we go. 1 extra lava. Oh, shoot, the lava literally just dripped. Well, now we have a spell one. I'm gonna get an A+ on this exam. I hope I get fed today.
I checked
What?
and I literally had 20 seconds before I'd lose my resistance. I waited a second before going through, and luckily, Squiddo wasn't on the other side. On day 23, I came back to the base, and I started mining out a new room connected to my base. On day 24 and 25, I wanted to make
quick.
more secret entrances into my base, just in case I get caught in another bad situation. On day 26, I started farming mushrooms to brew more invisibility potions, since I was running through them fast. However, I soon spotted Squiddo's name tag through the wall.
Why is she talking to
but
herself?
she was in an
That's
area I had
Squiddo
never
for you.
seen before. I realized that it was in the direction of her room. So on day 27, I brought my potions and went to check it out.
Oh, we're back with this music.
Yoo-hoo, garlic hamster. Well, I guess you're the second coming of garlic hamster.
Right,
It's finally
because we
time
know
for you-
Garlic Hamster 1 got assassinated badly by the Mafia, actually. And then also, whatever version of that was left when Wemmbu pulled up on it and still killed one of them. So, interesting.
Your house building ceremony.
Oh my god, the music just got so much worse. Oh no.
Garlic hamster. It's finally time for your house building ceremony. Everybody likes different things, so I respect that is your choice. Luckily for you, please don't scoff at me, garlic hamster.
Squiddo had a secret room this entire time, and it looked like she had a pet too. Now this is a good time to explain that Squiddo is not nearly as evil as Ash.
Okay.
And we were once friends. But
Right.
after Ash kidnapped her, she actually wanted to stay in the Mafia.
Oh, well,
and
there you
boom,
go.
back to now. That's all I really know, but Squiddo could have been hiding a lot more.
You remind me of my ex-husband in a lot of ways, garlic hamster.
Honestly, I was just
Ex-husband.
enjoying watching her build this.
Oh. Okay, well, it doesn't look perfect. Where did I put that torch? Here it is.
It was day 28, and I noticed I had a minute left of invisibility.
Hold on. Doesn't that... I mean, I guess it could be the end of day 27 into day 28, I guess. Sure.
Torch, here it is.
I was gonna
It was
say,
day-
technically, if he had survived the entire day here, his invis potion's not 20 minutes, so...
Day 28, and I noticed I had a minute left of invisibility. I would have to leave to drink another, but there was a problem.
And now I just need to grab the other door from over here. I don't even know what freaking kind of wood this is. Like,
That's pale...
stone or something. Oh, pale oak door.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like too woke for me. Okay, there you go.
I tried going through the exit, but she would hear the trap door. This time, I actually had 60 seconds left, and I only had one idea.
Ah, it's spacious. It's got structural support. What you looking at, boy?
Parkour?
There's something over here? You smell something? Oh, you smell the flower? Yeah, it reminds me of home.
Hit that jump. Hit that jump.
I kind of miss my friends and my family. I'm thinking of putting him in the mob zoo.
Yeah, you can't.
Sorry, you didn't come to hear me lament.
You can't hit that. Nope.
Come here, my sweet little garlic.
You cannot hit that. Well, you can, but Spo cannot.
And
Okay, unfortunate.
no.
Maybe if you jump from up top.
What are you doing, man?
If you jump from up top.
What's wrong? What's going
into you?
into you?
Up top. If we jump from
In
up top.
here. With me.
Jump from up top.
Nobody.
If we jump from
Nobody.
up top.
Okay.
It's
You know
been
what?
60
How
seconds
about
already.
you have my room and I have your house? How does that sound? Like we swap
Okay.
rooms. So you be over here, and I'll go in
That's not gonna make
the house. How
the
does that
difference.
sound? I wish you could talk. That'll be cool.
There we go.
Let's read some. Let me read you a bedtime story. Let me read you my diary. What did I even write in my diary?
Okay.
Day 6. I sold a villager for 1 unstable coin. Did I get scammed? $UU.
I literally stood completely
What?
still in the corner and hoped that she would just leave. On day 29,
Okay, you've got that.
Dude.
Let me go and grab you your water.
Nah, hold on. Day 28 started with him having a minute and a half of invisibility, and then day 29. So you mean to tell me that he was just on here for, I guess, for 18 minutes? Yeah, sure.
Off. Hey, up. Huh. I'm the parkour champion.
this was my chance to escape. I dug a tunnel through the wall and turned it into another secret entrance to my base.
Okay.
On day 30, I started brewing more potions because I
Okay.
needed to be better prepared for exploring, especially
Okay.
if there were like 20 more rooms out there.
Right.
On day 31, I had an interesting idea. I watched a tips and tricks video when I was younger that said that if you were behind chest, players couldn't see your name tag. If this worked, I wouldn't have to use invisible potions in my base anymore. When I finished making the test room on day 32, I decided to double check on a single player world and discovered that no, this does not
that's not
work
how it
at
works.
all anymore. So luckily I didn't fail the challenge because of that. On day 33, when I thought the coast was clear, I decided to search for more tunnels. I looked around the crops, but I low-key didn't see anything.
was
Then
probably
I
like
found
a
a
little
button,
patch.
which turned out to be another trap. To be honest, I was less worried about dying and more about resetting it so it didn't look like someone was looking for tunnels. I
Right.
decided the first room was done, and I moved on to the spider farm. I tested the furnaces for myself, and as expected, it opened the door. At the music room, I first checked the other painting, and then had to sit there trying to replace it.
Right.
Next, I tried unlocking some secret mechanism with the floor, but I just got distracted with the mob heads. I finally found the note blocks with buttons, and one of them opened something. After messing around with them, I figured out which one did it. Inside the secret room, there wasn't really anything good.
Cool.
Apart from the bone blocks, that would be nice for the mushroom farm.
Yeah.
I came back to the spider farm and kept looking for secrets. There didn't seem to be anything behind the lava, but after checking the trapdoors behind the blocks, I found another chest. It was really hard to open though, so I had to grab blocks from the other room to reach it. It was worth it because I found a dragon head. These were extremely rare since almost every end city had been looted by this point.
Oh yeah.
I took some of the items without worry and continued searching. This was a crazy day so far, but I was about to find something insane. I noticed no other torch in the base had been designed like that. And after flicking it a couple times, it opened a new passage.
Oh.
I quickly parkoured back up to it and tried to shut it behind me, but that didn't work.
Yeah.
I tried again, and this time I got through. This tunnel was extremely long, so I was excited. Then I was met with the strangest
What? This tunnel is extremely long, and so I'm excited. What are we saying? Spoke, I understand that you spent an entire 18 minutes AFK waiting for Squiddo to disappear, and Squiddo was probably talking to Garlic Hamster 2, or whatever the hell. Dude.
It was extremely long, so I was excited. Then I was met
Sure.
with the strangest room yet. There were all these random mobs trapped together. There was also a really rare mob in the middle, which was cool. But I tried
Oh.
looking for other secrets below the lava, and there didn't seem to be anything. I knew there was a lot more that this room was hiding, but I was getting anxious carrying so much stuff. On day 34, I started heading back to the base, but I almost ran into Squiddo. I didn't have any escapes ready, but that didn't matter because she went through a new redstone door.
Just don't do it, man.
I ran up to see if there's any button or lever I missed, except there was literally nothing that could explain how she did that. But I decided to head back since I still had items to put away. On day 35, I decided to move the map to a bigger room.
Okay.
Now I could add the Nether portal and the mob room. Except I couldn't stop thinking about where Squiddo could have gone. So on day 37, with some newly brewed potions, I went out to investigate.
That's 36.
Obviously, there was still nothing, but I had an idea that could work. Sure enough, I called it. There was a stone staircase that I could waterlog, which activated the door.
Cool.
It was extremely well hidden, which meant it was protecting something crazy. At the end of the tunnel, I reached the room. That was filled with trees.
Wow.
The only thing I found was a chest with every sapling, but there was no way that was it. I began climbing the trees, just looking around for anything out of the ordinary.
Right.
I started placing my water bucket trying to find another hidden staircase, but I ended up going around the entire room finding nothing.
Totally.
By day 37, I was still empty-handed and was just trying to brainstorm, but on day 38, I decided to leave. I wanted to come back to the tree room at some point just to prove that there was something.
Right.
However, on my way back to the base, I spotted Ash. At this point, it was very rare to see him in the base, so I decided to keep my distance and follow him. I waited below to see what he would do, but suddenly this happened. I had no idea what was going on, but I used the noise to cover me going up.
Yeah, hello? Can you please stop? It's really loud.
Okay.
Something's wrong. Something is really, really wrong.
What's up?
I was downstairs and there's multiple items missing from the chest. And when I was walking up,
I had a feeling this would happen, and I started to regret taking as much as I did.
Right.
have you been there within the last maybe
I don't think so.
couple of days?
No. You might have just put them somewhere and forgotten about it. I do that all the time.
This put me at ease, but there would still be repercussions.
Right.
When coming back to our base, and we need to create a lot more traps around here, a lot more alarms.
But like at the end of the day, we probably just misplaced them, and we already have a bunch of pearls and a bunch of dragon heads, so it's not the end of the world.
You realize what's at stake here. None of the players in the server have seen anything close to the items that we have over here. If
Nobody
anything
knows
gets
where this
compromised-
is.
Right.
But if even half a human being knows where Point Nemo is, consider it compromised. Full.
Half a human being? I know it's like meant to be like a figurative way of talking, but what are we stupid? Half a human being. So if a pair of pants pulls up, if legs and feet pull up on your base, you're like, oh yeah, burn it down. Like, hello? Whatever, man.
This was definitely an omen telling me to stop stealing random stuff, because I knew when the time was right, I could steal a whole lot more than just a dragon head, but I had to be patient.
Next level
On day
greed.
39, I worked on my base. I figured it would be better to not risk anything for a bit. And on day 40, I continued making more escape tunnels. I also finally got around to disabling the creeper alarm. I just hoped they would assume the other teammate broke it. On day 41, I wanted to look for any more traps or alarms they set up, since they didn't seem to be near for now.
Right.
The only thing I found was a strange iron door in my old peeky hole. I didn't know what would happen, but
That's a
there
trap.
was only one way to find out. On day 42, I realized that I never actually explored the room behind the lava wall, so I decided this was the day that I would change that. I went through and was met with this. There didn't seem to be anything special,
Wow.
but I discovered a weird secret behind the painting.
They grabbed this room straight out of 2012. What the hell are we looking at? Did a 2-year-old build this?
There didn't
The wither with drip. Huh, actually, you know what? Maybe I kind of F with that. You know what? Ashwag might be onto something.
seem to be anything special, but I discovered a weird secret behind the painting. The chest was empty, but the next area was very odd. I didn't really know what to do with it, so I just made a new secret entrance to my own base.
All right.
On day 43, I actually got some use out of it because Ash just got back and I was ready to listen in.
The trade is confirmed.
They had been talking about this trade for a while now, but I'd have to find cover first because they were coming in.
Okay.
Okay, he wants it? The thing?
Looks like it.
I had no clue what it could be, but
What
they
could it
did
be?
reveal who wanted it.
Redunes
Oh.
wants to do the trade.
Redunes was the actual
Huh? Okay. I mean, I guess things could have developed now, because Red was working under Ash previously. Unless Ash wants, unless what's it called? Red has something of value that Ash wants. You never know. Interesting.
richest player on the server. And people have said that
Wait,
he has
hold on.
multiple...
Go back. Red's the richest now?
They did reveal who wanted it.
Redunes wants to do the trade.
Redunes was the actual richest player on the server.
Oh.
And people have said that he has multiple bases like
How?
this one all around the world.
He will give us everything we need.
Okay.
But he knows we can't take the thing outside.
Yeah.
He knows that
Right.
we can't afford to reveal the thing to anyone else. So we're not going to plant a fake. We're not going to have any decoys or ambushes. So he wants to meet and do
Parrot said he was the richest in Mining City, but that's because he was the richest at the time. Like, it appeared like that. But that Mining City was when Red was still under Ash, because he was part of the Mafia. Well, not part of the Mafia. I don't think Red actually officially was part of the Mafia. At least it wasn't really properly confirmed, but he was affiliated with the Mafia through working for Ash to an extent or whatever, right? There was like a whole business thing there. So that's a little different. Because Red is no longer... The Mafia doesn't exist, right? It's abolished. So you have Red now be the richest player again, potentially? Peculiar. Because he did get robbed. So
the trade over here in our base.
We can't bring him here.
Yeah, but it is hundreds and hundreds of mending books that he's going to give
Lindsay was
us in
supposed to
exchange
give
for
the
just a
Mafia no
thing.
keeps.
That was exactly why I wanted to wait. If I
maybe.
manage to not get caught and intercept this trade, those mending books will literally make me one of the richest players because every villager is basically dead on the server and they are unobtainable from fishing now. So if I get 100 of this item, I literally won't have to play anymore. On day 44,
And we
I
want
decided
that?
the best way to spend my time.
That's the goal? Dude, first they make the whole AI building thing on Twitter. I don't know who if everyone has seen that before. And then this book's here like, you know what? Now I can get 100 mending books and I won't even have to play anymore. Like, all right, man. A little odd.
Until then was by finding more tunnels. Of course I didn't want to make any risky plays, but Ash mentioned they couldn't move whatever this thing was. That meant it had to be somewhere within this base. On day 45, I went out to my first target, the Nether portal room.
Okay.
I was really hoping to find another tunnel system in
Probably
that
has to do with the
direction.
pot, doesn't it?
After searching for a bit, I spotted a lever which opens a
never
small room, but inside the chest was netherite. The nether has basically been completely mined out, mainly thanks to Ash and his mafia. But
Okay.
there wasn't a reason to take any yet, because obviously I needed to stay undetected.
Right.
On day 46, I decided my best bet was to follow someone, since that was the reason I
Hello.
found most of these rooms. However, it wasn't until day 47 when I finally saw a name tag.
I am home. We need these things to be put in the storage room. I
Okay.
am gonna go deposit some more
Yummy,
sensitive
yummy
items.
lapis. Okay. Bye.
I waited and watched Squiddo to see where she would go.
Okay.
She went through the painting into the lava trap. But if she just survived, that meant there had to be something down there. So I equipped my armor to be safe and I jumped.
Well, there's probably water below it, right?
The trap was a secret entrance this entire time. However, I got extremely lucky because if I landed anywhere but in the middle, I think I would have died. There didn't seem to be a way back up either.
Oh,
so I
that
was
would've
forced to go
solved
down the
things a little
same
bit.
tunnel Squiddo was in. On the morning of day 48, I discovered what was at the
Dude, how
end.
big was that tunnel?
3 automatic item sorters.
Okay.
There was some good stuff in it, including 20 diamonds. Except there still didn't seem to be an exit, which meant...
It's, again, I brought this up on the Parrot and the Wemmbu one. It's really interesting going from, oh my god, this is the Unstable SMP where every player has netherite, we are building with netherite blocks, whatever else happens, Horus is paid 10 emeralds, to, dude, this place has some valuable items, 20 diamonds, like, okay. About a month ago, I don't think you would have been tweaking about it like that, man. I don't know, man. This is a little chopped.
I could be trapped. I began to worry if this was their way to catch me, and if they were preparing for an ambush any second. But I needed to think about this logically. I went back to the entrance and confirmed that there wasn't a way out. So, there had to be some secret entrance in this room.
Yeah.
On day 49, I checked the corners for anything, but luckily, I found a button. This opened up a room, and inside was a bunch of cool-looking armor sets.
Wait!
I really liked the blue one for some reason, and I convinced myself it was a good idea to take it. My thought process was that this room was so out of the way for anyone to see that nobody would notice if it was replaced. However, there was still no sign.
Actually, I want to look at this armor. All of this.
Nobody would notice if it was.
So this is this also netherite? Dude, this looks kind of fire. Hold on, or is this leather? This is leather, huh? Wait, is this leather with netherite trim? Huh? What are we looking at? Wait, this is also leather with a netherite trim. Ah, we're chopped.
Replaced.
We are chopped. We're chopped.
However, there was still no sign of an exit.
We're chopped.
It was day 50 and I was still looking for a way out.
Dude,
I tried looking for
bars.
a waterlog block to see if they pulled that again, except I noticed a block that was shaded differently. It was powdered snow. I threw a bottle through thinking it could be a trap, but I heard nothing.
Okay.
So I went through. It was another tunnel, but I got distracted with the cool slime blocks first. However, at the end of the tunnel was something I didn't expect.
Just don't turn
the
left.
room had a single hole with a lot of chickens.
Oh.
But after I looked up and saw what was in the chest, I realized what this was. For those of you who don't play Minecraft often, just trust the process.
Okay. You know, you're not supposed to...
And there we go. The exploit was able to launch me all the way to a sky base.
That's not an exploit, is it? I don't think that's an exploit. I feel like that's an intended game feature. It's just being smart. It is funny though, like in Spoke's POV, he's like, dude, just in case you don't play much Minecraft, this is how this works. Trust me, man. And then in Parrot's video, we just kind of were like, yeah. Oh, there's a bunch of chickens here. Oh, okay, cool. Anyways, like, and then oh my god, he's getting launched. Okay, cool. Anyways, so it's such an interesting contrast.
I checked the shulkers for loot, but there was nothing. The real reason why they use shulkers is because they're only visible if you are close. And that goes the same for every block used in this base. Or room. I don't know what to call this. I checked the chest boats and found a lot more shulker shells. I wasn't interested in stealing yet though. In the meantime, it seems like the exit I had been looking for was this. So as the sun rised on day 51, I grabbed a minecart and flicked the lever. Dude.
I'm gonna get rage baited by this music choice, man.
Minecart and flicked the lever.
Wow, how whimsical. Really, I will just say, man, look, I understand that we're trying to do something different in Season 2, but this compared to the Mafia arc is so funny. Like, what are we doing? Hey, so I'm on a roller coaster in the middle of the sky, and in the background we're doing some random bullshit song, I don't know. Last episode, imagine this is your first impression of the Unstable SMP. This is the first point you start. Like, when this was just uploaded, this is the first video you watch, and you're like, oh, this is a fun video, let me watch the previous one. My name is Focus here, and I'm trapped in the void, and I have to escape the void, and I'm in the mafia base, and Minitech and maybe hello. Here's a bunch of stasis chambers, and we found them, and also Parrot doesn't like me, and his whole team doesn't like me, and also Wembu's there for some reason. He, like, Jesus, man. And then again, that keep in mind that was all in the most recent video prior to this one. And then in this one, bro's on a roller coaster in the sky. He's 50th day into this quote-unquote challenge of hanging out with Ashwag and Squiddo. You could have just said that you don't like them. But, like, dude, like, what the hell, man? Wow. Okay.
On day 52, I added the item sorter.
So that was for nothing, huh? Cool.
While brewing potions on day 53, someone sounded the alarm. This put me on edge, and I couldn't help but figure out what was going on.
Yoo-hoo! What's up?
What's going on?
Not much. How are you?
I thought you were kidding at first, but now it's just concerning.
What? What's wrong?
I thought this would be a normal teammate argument, but
Why haven't you put it back?
For what? What?
My blue and gold armor set?
Oh.
What?
Put it back.
Your blue and gold You don't have a blue and gold armor set.
The blue and gold leather armor
What?
set. The one
Why do you have a leather armor set?
from my very first escapade. You know that's special.
What? No,
Okay.
I have never. This is not a real thing that you own. There's no armor sets. I haven't even left my room.
yeah, this was bad, and I don't think he liked my
It's
replacement.
missing. Someone's taking it, and it was there like a couple of days ago, and now it's not.
Well, it's not me. I've been busy and not taking armor sets. No, come with me. Come with me. I'll take you. I want to show you a secret wonderland I've been working on.
Okay.
I want to show you. It'll cheer you up from losing your first ever armor
Welcome
set or
everybody who's in
whatever
this
it
room
was.
for the
Come
first
with
time
me
today.
to my room.
Squiddo was unintentionally saving me from suspicion.
Behold my secret room. I've been building this. I've been building this as a surprise. Look, welcome to the habitat. You'll
Wow.
never guess who's in here. Your best friend.
I don't know why I followed, but I did hear them mention my name for the first time in their base.
Was he the first garlic hamster in your base?
No, there was another garlic hamster at my original base that spoke blew up. I don't know if
Oh.
you know him.
I did do that.
I don't think
Thank you for the confirmation, Spoke. I'm glad. Thank you. I'm so glad that you're here. That's fantastic.
Where?
I did do that. Yeah, no shit, really.
Oh.
Moved on to bigger and better things.
Little did this guy know I wasn't done with him. They came to the conclusion that they needed more alarms around the base, but there was still no reason to move. This was good, but I needed to make sure I knew where every trap was. So on day 54, I followed Squiddo and watched her place a ton of alarm traps around the tunnels. These would be easy to disarm, just like the creeper one. On day 55, I continued to follow her until she finished.
Okay.
So after waiting till day 56 for her to leave the area, I went through and broke every trap. This might have been slightly suspicious,
Okay.
but I felt like there was a
Wait,
good
so
chance Squiddo.
this might be a bit chopped for me to ask because we're so far into the video. Do note blocks actually make animal noise or mob noises when there's a head on top of them? Is that real? Yes? You learn something new every day. Would have never known that before before this video. Thank you, Spoke, and the chat, for this new tech. I will never use it, but thank you.
could have done this. I mean, she built a few broken ones without my help anyways. On day 57, I was disarming the final trap when Squiddo came
know
out
who
of the
Alamar
mob
is.
room. I swore I didn't see her name tag in there before, but after she failed to build a trap because of the mining fatigue, she left. I decided that this was my best chance to find more tunnels. So I quickly went back to my base to stock up on invisibility and fire resistance potions. On day 58, I came back to the room. I searched for quite a while without any luck. I was trying to look inside the mob cages, but while in third person, I saw something behind the magma cube. It seems like a trap door, but whatever I did, I couldn't get near it. I equipped my armor to try to sprint past it, but however hard I tried, it wouldn't work. But then I had an idea.
Parkour.
I realized if I could parkour on top of the cage, I could slip in. I didn't know if it was possible, but I made the jump. Next, I tried luring it to the corner, right? So I could finally jump. I made it in. This was the first time I had to crawl through a tunnel. It somehow pushed me up while still crawling, but now I could see the end. I reached a cave with a connected room that had an obsidian tunnel. If I wanted to get through, though, I had to guess the passcode. I thought that was stupid, though, so I tried breaking down the door. However, I forgot about the mining fatigue from the Elder Guardian, so it would take forever to break. I tried boat glitching through, but that didn't work.
Okay.
Luckily, I remembered there was a cow in the main room, so I started heading back.
What? Oh, for milk. Okay.
Unfortunately, I couldn't get past the magma cube. I knew if I killed it, they would freak out, so there seemed to be no other way out. I tried guessing the passcode again, but that was no use. I decided to use my last ender pearl to try to teleport through, but I failed that too.
Okay.
Whatever was behind this door, I was not gonna see, unless I sat here the entire time breaking this door.
And you did.
A couple minutes later, I had breached the tunnel, except I immediately realized I didn't have to go through all that, since there were literally redstone torches on the wall that could probably still open it.
Right.
At the end of the tunnel was a room with rows of every armor set in the game.
This looks like every thumbnail in
At the
Unstable
end,
SMP.
there were 3 full sets of netherite armor and a bunch of rare weapons.
Let's see if we can steal one.
I checked, and they also had maxed out enchants. I didn't notice, but by day 59, I was out of invisibility. Luckily, I seemed to be far away from any main rooms, so I didn't think anyone saw. I didn't want to steal anything yet, but after almost leaving, I noticed something open. I clicked the button again, and there was a passage behind the armor stands. However, it closed too fast for me to reach it. But I had an idea. All I needed was the Riptide Trident.
Or the Trident. Oh my god.
Oh, okay, my second idea was using the bow to hit the button, but I didn't have any arrows. Then I noticed the second trident was still there, and it had the Riptide enchant. All I needed now was a source of water to use it in, and I could hopefully fly to the door. I was too slow, but I knew it was possible. The armor stands were getting in the way, but I gave it another go. I was pushed back. I went up to break them, but then they exploded into the lava. Netherite doesn't burn, but those armor stands did. I was so close though, so close to leaving this room.
Totally.
Oh no!
Oh. Dude, it's crazy because this feels like it's so important. It's totally not, by the way. It's totally not. But this fish has caused this man so much inconvenience, and he just killed it. Oh my god. Wait, cooked salmon? Is there fire aspect on or wait, hold on, what happened? Is there fire aspect on the trident?
Oh no! I don't even know how.
Wait, he doesn't even care. He's laughing.
I managed that, but finally I made it through. And it wasn't an exit, but a room, and it's empty! There was literally no point in me doing any of that.
Well,
plus I was trapped. I tried mining for some stone to craft a button, but there was deep slate instead. I then grabbed a redstone torch, but it didn't seem to do anything. My next idea was to break into the redstone. I saw it, and by using the redstone torch, I was able to hijack the door. This room was a complete mess now. I broke some of the other armor stands to replace the netherite ones. I broke my redstone torch and replaced the door. Even though a few things were still missing, I just wanted to leave, and the exit had to be somewhere in this room. Eventually, I found a button against the wall. I heard something open, but I didn't see where until I checked the corner.
Oh.
I quickly pressed it and managed to get through. At the end of the tunnel was a minecart.
The music? Don't
I
worry
got
about it.
in, but the moment I got out, I was set back inside the main room. This was definitely a next level secret base. It was day 60,
No,
however,
really?
my bad luck didn't seem to be over because I spotted a name tag. It was Ash. I hid behind the lava and watched him swim out of one of the streams. Finally, he went upstairs and left, but I wanted to see where he had come from. Below, I saw glass with a bunch of redstone. I still couldn't break it though, so I would have to find a lever. I decided to go
Right.
up the stream to see if the lever was up there, but instead I found a secret room. There was nothing in the chest, but it was definitely cool. I went back down because previously I only checked a couple of the cages, so there was a chance the lever could be there. I was right. A lever was hidden right behind the ghast. I flicked it and I heard some pistons. I checked the glass and it was now open for me to enter.
Wow.
I then went down a water elevator, and when I reached the bottom, I came to the realization I found their vault.
There you go.
Yo, there were stacks upon stacks of diamonds, villager items, emeralds, and so much more.
Wait. Tell Wemmbu, hold on.
Stacks of diamonds, villager items.
Eggchan is interested in this one. Just report back. You can join their civilization. Actually, wait. I forgot what happened. Never mind.
Emeralds, and so
Never
much
mind.
more. On the left was almost every armor trim in the game. On the other end were extremely rare armor sets with 3 elytras,
Okay.
one of the most valuable items on Unstable. For a second, I thought I found the void room, but if that was the case, where was the dragon egg? I tried looking
the
through the
void?
lava for any secrets, but it seemed like this was where they stashed their ores and stuff like that.
Okay.
And maybe the void room was still out there, hiding the ultra rare items. It was day 61, and I decided that I couldn't steal anything yet. It seemed like Ash was in this room a lot, and if he noticed any of these items missing, he would go insane. So I had to wait for a better moment. Suddenly, I saw a name tag above me. It was Ash again, and he was coming down.
No.
I didn't want him to see a single potion particle in this room, but there was only one way out. I took the flint and steel, and just as I hoped, it created a portal for me to escape.
So hold on. You're trying to not get like you're trying to not be too obvious about being here, right? POV
And just as
Ashwag
I hoped,
going
it
down
created a portal.
the suspiciously large nether portal that's just covering the entire wall, by the way. Hello, are we chopped? Oh my
Portal
God.
for me to escape. I was out. It created a new portal somewhere in the Nether. I considered breaking it, but if he went through, he would know someone was here. My best bet was to make him think the lava somehow lit the portal, but I knew even that was a stretch. On day 62, Ash had not yet gone through the portal. By this point, I was too anxious to wait around any longer, and I just hoped that he had left.
Totally.
Instead, I was somehow back in the Nether portal room. I didn't question it though, and I went straight back to the base. On day 63, I was still freaking out. I put the armory and vault on the map. Throughout the day, I also kept tabs on Ash, who was in the first room for a bit, but he didn't seem to be mad and was just chilling. So I felt relieved. I went on to replace all the sticks for arrows to try to make my map a little bit more readable.
Sure.
I also made this to remind myself of the final goal.
Okay.
On day 64, I wanted to do something
Sure,
special.
man.
After Ash left, I dug a grave for my fish in the center of the first room. I thought it would be special to bury my friend inside my enemy's base.
You can eat him.
I then grabbed a spare from under my bed. On day 6,
Huh? Huh? A spare? What do you mean? What are we saying?
I then grabbed a spare from under my
Dude, bro's got back. This also implies that there's been multiple that died. So that scene we just saw where the fish got absolutely clipped was just like yet another tragic fish death. Okay.
My bed. On day 65, I just wanted to work on my base. I felt like the past few days were too crazy to do anything else. So on day 66, I basically did the same thing. However, on day 67, I heard Ash come back to the base.
Squiddo, can you hear me?
Yeah?
Trade room.
Okay.
I talked to Radoons, and he wants to do it in literally 6 hours.
Real life hours or 6 Minecraft hours?
6 real life hours he wants to do it.
Okay, why would he use Minecraft hours?
Oh.
That was also the equivalent of 18 days, which was when I planned on stealing basically everything. That also meant I still had time to find whatever they were giving, because by this point, they had only referred to it as it. So on day 68, I prepared a plan to scout out all of the rooms, to make sure I didn't miss anything. First, I wanted to somehow get back into the vault, and I was going to try this by going through the Nether portal room, but I ended up in a completely different portal. I didn't know exactly how this happened, but when I went through the other portal, I came out in a very strange place.
Oh.
There was just an ice path with a barrel of boats. So without any real choice, I began going down the tunnel. But I was about to find something insane. On day 69, I saw the end of the tunnel and almost died.
Yikes.
But trapped inside the room was one of the last remaining villagers on the entire server. I don't think you fully understand how absurd this is. Literally, this one villager is probably worth more than that entire vault. Especially it being an armor smith.
I guess.
However, most importantly, I had found the final piece for my master plan. On day 70, I marked down the villager on the map in the best way possible. If I wanted to rob this entire place, I needed to do it swiftly, preferably in a single day. On day 71, I began making tunnels to every chest I wanted to rob. As I dug, I made sure to watch for name tags so I wouldn't blow my cover.
Wait. I saw something pop up in the chat, I think.
As I dug, I made sure to watch for name tags so I wouldn't...
Hold on. I saw something creative mode. Hold on. Ashwag! Wait a damn minute! Wait a damn minute, Ashwag! Now, hold on now. Last time I checked, this was not part... This was not part of the exploits. Interesting. It's almost as if this is scripted. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? That was one frame. How did you see that? Eyes of a hawk, baby. This explains everything. This is why he was the Mafia #1 guy, obviously. Wow, incredible.
So I wouldn't blow my cover. On day 72, I continued to mark down cords and mine. On day 73, I continued to tunnel to chests, but I managed to find a secret attached to the vault. It was kinda useless, but now I had a one-way ticket into the vault.
Okay.
On day 74, I finally finished the mission without getting caught, but there was still a lot more to do. On day 75,
that's how he
I
had
needed
clown's
to expand
balls. You think clown's balls are in the creative inventory menu? What are we saying, bro?
Storage. I made a massive stash, but this would be impossible without shulkers. This is because I cannot waste time going back and forth between the bases. So I made a quick trip back up to the sky base. With all the shulkers crafted, I had enough to literally take everything away from them.
Dude.
It was day 78, and I still had 7 days till the trade. That meant I had more time to make my base pretty. However, after a day of chilling...
That's not how you talk English. Huh?
It was day 78, and I still had 7 days till the trade. That meant I had more time to make my base pretty.
There's a little pizzazz in the sentence there. My name is Focus here, and I like making my base pretty. And there's just when he said that, there was like sparkles that appeared in the sky. It's like that text appears on the screen with the transition, And there's just like little twinkle stars. Slay, my fellow sister, totally.
However, after a day of chilling, I had an ambitious idea. This wasn't part of the initial plan, but despite how risky it was, I figured it was worth it. My hope was that when Ash brought Red to the villager, that's when I could go through and raid his entire base. But I came up with an idea to get even more. On day 80, I went over to the villager room with rails and a minecart. I wanted to steal the villager first. This was an extremely risky play, but if I pulled it off, I could live off that villager forever.
Sure.
Even if they noticed it missing before the trade, I could just put it back and pretend nothing happened. On day 81, the villager died. Look, there was a ton of signs.
What? How the hell did that happen? Did he have a heart attack? Died of old age? I can't make an old noise and a villager noise at the same time. I just realized I tried, and the attempt will be where that ends. All right, cool.
Nothing happened. On day 81, the villager died.
Cool.
Look, there was a ton of signs for me not to do this, but even more problems came when my entire track got flooded. For some reason, I decided not to cover it up.
You said the villager died and we're still building the track? I guess maybe to transport some items? Sure, totally.
Up and tried to push it up.
What? Wait. Hello? Hello?
On day 81, the villager died. Look, there was a ton of
see? My eyes are sharp, but my ears? That's a whole different story.
Signs for me not to do this, but even more problems came when my entire track got flooded. For some reason, I decided not to cover it up and tried to push it up. The villager ended up getting stuck at the very end and drowned. On day 82, I broke the tracks and pretended nothing happened. My only hope was that they wouldn't check this room before the trade, because if they did, he would for sure call off the trade. Day 83.
Well,
only
yeah.
2 days away from the trade.
If you're gonna buy like a Lamborghini for $5 million, that's not how life works, but maybe in a couple of years. If you're gonna buy a Lamborghini for $5 million and the Lamborghini disappears, you're not gonna get $5 million. That's, of course he's not gonna do the trade, duh.
And it seems like nobody found the villager yet. If they did, I didn't know when I could strike the base next. I could only really hope and just proceed with the plan. Day 84, the night before the trade. I waited for Squiddo to leave the trading room, and when she finally left, I set up the last piece of my plan. Below the carpets, I replaced the blocks with hoppers that would funnel any item dropped directly into my stash. This would ensure that whatever Red gave would end up in my hands.
All right.
I literally finished this right on day 85. I saw Ash's name
Wait, we're on
tag
day 85?
along with
I didn't
a
even
new
realize that
name
we're
I hadn't
this far.
seen
Hold on.
before.
Yep, excuse me. Thank you. Nice, sophisticated entrance.
Yoo-hoo!
Yo, hello.
Welcome to Point Nemo.
But we're not at sea.
No, that's what the base is called. Point Nemo.
Is that a reference, or did you just like the name Nemo?
Oh no, it's a place in the.
Let's just do the trade.
All right. This man's a little bit grouchy. It's a little bit inconvenient to have a lava wall through your house, but
No,
all right,
it's
cool.
for if anyone breaks in. No, they won't go. They won't go through it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Right.
I mean, you said you got the goods, that you had the villager, right?
I have the thing. Do you
The
have
thing. Well, it's a person, Ash.
It's a thing.
Okay. Yeah, you wanted mending books. That was the
Really?
arrangement, right?
Multiple shulkers of them, yes.
Yeah, I got multiple. I got 100 more or less. Is there any like confirmation, any voucher, like any like proof of this villager existing, or is that later?
Oh, he exists. I think it's fair to say that you have sort of collateral just by knowledge of this base.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Okay.
You're a little too close. Squiddo,
Well, you told me to come over. I'm confused.
back up a little bit.
right,
Towards me,
do it.
please.
All right.
All right.
Hello.
And drop that shulker. I will show
All right.
you where the village is.
All right.
Uh-huh.
You got him?
Drop the shulker.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I dropped all 4.
Press E.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have the mash?
It is
I
not in
literally
my
dropped.
inventory.
Interesting, huh?
Did I just get scammed or something? What? Like, bro. Are you serious? That was your scheme?
Wait, what? What? Wait, when did we put? What is this?
You just placed the frickin'.
Well,
My guy.
Blue Squirrel?
No?
What?
I didn't put. What the?
What kind of scam is this?
How many? No, this isn't us.
Bro.
We didn't put these here. Did we?
So, you know how I was saying this whole thing about the trade and the villager. So in the analogy that I was making of the Lambo for $5 million, not only did the Lamborghini crash and burn, but the $5 million just poofed. So you can shake hands and just pretend like there's something you did in terms of a transaction, but there's neither party here has anything of value left, unless you want to have I don't even know what you would trade. You can have Red's presence for nothing. There you go. W trade.
I mean, you rigged the entire floor into your business.
No, we
room,
didn't.
Your business room of all
Oh,
things.
that's pretty big talk coming from you. We didn't do this.
Well, I've never been to this place before. I mean, it could have been me.
Okay. Let's just calm down.
We'll take you to the villager, though. We have the villager. We'll figure out what happened to the mending books.
Yeah. Okay,
No,
fine.
it's not.
Just take me to the villager. Come on.
I had to see their reactions.
Yep.
But if I wanted to get there first, I would have to run as fast as possible through my tunnels.
Right.
Luckily, on day 86, I beat them there. I then camped inside the armor stands to watch the chaos unfold.
All right.
Alright, here's the... What? Oh,
Yo.
come on.
Wait, where'd you put it? Is there a button?
What?
Is there a? How do you get it?
What's going on?
What?
Found
Okay.
diamonds, what the hell? Congratulations.
So can I have a?
Y'all seem relatively anxious.
Turn on X-ray, do whatever you need.
Yeah, the villager.
So
Is there
the villager is in here.
Is there a hopper here?
Kudo, I don't know if you're trolling me. I don't know what you've been doing for the past.
I haven't even seen this room
for the past several
before.
days. I don't know what you've been doing over the past several days,
Dude,
but
it's crazy because this music, this music makes this whole scene so different. If this was like a Parrot video, you would have had this like cinematic masterpiece, Hollywood equivalent level song with some drums, ba-da-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum, bum. Absolute crazy stuff going on. The piano's going, guitar doesn't exist, but the drums, boom. It would have been built up, crazy, bombs about to land, Parrots talking, whispering. He's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Meanwhile, it's a Spoke is Here video. Spoke's hearing, ha 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 ha, hee hee, and in the song we're hearing, do 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 do. Like, all right, man, cool, man, sick. Anyways, continue.
I've been in my room.
So like, let me get this straight. Hopper system under the floor.
No.
People pay for Spotify.
He's supposed to be in here. He
The
might have
lack of a
despawned.
villager, which I just paid 100.
Mind you, by the way, and I know this from experience, Parrot probably spends like, I mean, I don't know what amount of money Bros has to spend on the music licenses he's getting, but if he's getting some Warner Bros. BS music licenses, it might be thousands, honestly, on just being able to use some of these songs. Spokes back in 2010 pulled some Kevin MacLeod off of the YouTube and just went, yeah, this will do. Like, bro, what are we cooking?
Books for.
Wait, there's a thing down here.
Yeah, it's called a hole.
Oh, that's just a cave.
Squiddo, I want you to promise me that this wasn't you.
Why would it be me? I didn't even know about this room.
Listen, I really don't have time for this. You guys either owe me a villager or over 100 mending books. That's however you guys want to settle that account. Let me know, but either way, I'll let you guys figure this out. I'm going to be back soon with additional company, and I mean,
Oh,
you guys have made it very clear that, I mean, listen, Nemo is collateral if anything comes to that. I mean, I'm seeing all these other valuables. I'm gonna.
These are
get my
ours.
fair
dude.
yeah, and you know, now you've
Bro,
taken two
cannot
things
keep
from
getting
me
away
that were
with the
mine.
music choice,
So everything has a price.
Toodle pip, mother.
I want you to tell me honestly.
What? Hello? I just considering you're already using some bullshit in the music, you might as well just left that one uncensored. That would have been so good if that was just uncensored. Hold on.
Yeah, and you know, now you've taken two things from me that were mine. So everything has a price.
Toodle pit, motherfucker.
I want you to tell me honestly, were you responsible for any of this?
I don't think so. I'm sorry. Someone's been in here, right? But not me, not me.
Squiddo?
No!
Are you messing with me?
No, look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I've made you...
Strange things have been, this is so weird. First it was the alarms.
Right.
Next it was the missing items.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's not me.
Bro, this is so absurd.
The mending books were supposed to be our guarantee of living carefree for the rest of the server. Why would
Your items disappeared and you blame it on me. A villager's gone and you blamed it on me, but none of those things were me. I've been minding my own business trying to help you this entire time.
Are they gonna have
Ash,
a divorce?
Face the facts. Somebody's found Point Nemo.
Okay. It seems there's something seriously up with Point Nemo. So I'm just gonna take some time and think about what we want to do next. I've never felt so powerless.
Ash asked Squiddo to account for every chest and its items. Little did they know, but the thief that ruined everything was following right behind Squiddo, purposely letting her check and clear every chest they owned. The moment Squiddo concluded her search, I sprung into action.
Okay.
On day 88, when I had the entire base to myself, I began the raid.
Alright. I feel like we could have titled this video the same way you titled one of your first Unstable videos, because if we just scroll back in the playlist, how I stole 10 million, remove duped. You would have been fine, honestly. You stole probably about 10 billion trillion items. Bottom line. I think Squiddo's gonna get assassinated now or something. I don't know what Ashwag's gonna be up to, but it's bad.
On day 90, I had left their base completely empty, and my stash was filled with everything I would ever need.
Right.
I know I said it would only take one day, but I got pretty tripped up by the vault room. However, I had already began making plans to transfer these items to a safer vault of my own after the 100 days were up. Except not everything was accounted for. Because on day 91, Ash logged on with a crazy idea.
Squiddo,
Hey.
how's it looking?
I've been checking our items to see if anything is... I don't know.
Follow me.
Oh?
So far it's been tripped alarms, stolen items, mistakes.
Sorry.
This is the work of one intruder. One very clumsy intruder. Who else would make silly mistakes like this? This is someone who's got in somehow a while back, listened into our conversations, knew about the things that were happening, and rigged this room specifically.
Okay.
The point is, these hoppers aren't here for no reason.
Right,
I think
yeah.
they specifically rigged this to go to somewhere they want.
Oh.
Right,
So
right.
we should start digging.
I forgot to break the hoppers. I ran as fast as possible back to my base, but I only had a minute or so before they would find everything. I literally didn't know what to do, and I realized I was only left with one option. I took some important shulkers and stashed them in my ender chest.
Okay.
I decided that the only way was to burn everything else. I left nothing in the entire stash. I destroyed my entire brewing room. I broke my bed and removed everything in the map room.
What about
I
George?
quickly ran down one of my escape tunnels and hoped that they wouldn't find anything left of their items. It was day 92, and I spotted them heading straight
right?
to the vault.
Gonna be
They
fine.
didn't spend a lot of time in my base, but I continued to follow to find out what they found.
Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, you're kidding me. No, you're kidding me. You're kidding.
It's all gone.
So it's all gone.
It's all gone.
Ash
All gone. What's left?
didn't take the dice.
It's that one person. The one person who found our base. He took all of it.
What are we gonna do about our dunes? Where are we gonna go?
So Squirrel, I just want to
You
say I'm
know,
sorry.
Squirrel, there's a civilization where you mine diamonds every single day. And I think Red might want you to go there. I'm just putting a speculation out there. He might have a location for you to pay your debt.
No, it's not your fault.
For
No,
everything.
it's not. It's not. It's okay. No, no.
I
It's okay.
I think you should leave.
Leave.
No.
Like, wait
All I've done
upstairs?
All I've done is waste your time, string you along, drag you on to dreams that were just mine, pretending like it was ours.
But I wanted to be here next to you. I don't want to go. I don't have anywhere to go.
Start a new life.
This is so
Find other things. There's just a few things I need to handle myself.
On day 93, I tried to follow Ash wherever he went. But without the safety of my own tunnels anymore, there were parts of the base I couldn't follow him to. I wondered if this was it. If all I gained from this was some loot, or if I just wanted to watch my old enemy despair. On day 94, I searched everywhere for Ash, but he was nowhere to be found. He literally went missing without a trace for the next few days, into day 95, day 96, and even day 97.
Wow.
Throughout this time, there were literally no signs of life inside the base. Nothing moved, nothing changed, and above all else, everything was silent.
Okay.
Until day 98. I was positioned in a new room I made near the entrance to see if he would come back. At this point, I had stashed the items I had saved in a chest in the wall and was ready to leave. However, when I least expected it, I saw Ash's name tag come to the front entrance. Except, instead of going in, he went left and then dropped. I
No,
couldn't
don't go
believe
left.
it. I went outside and he was nowhere to be seen. I pressed the button and nothing seemed to be different until I checked the cave. There was a single block that opened 10 seconds after the first button was pressed. I had a feeling of what this could be.
Okay.
And when I landed, I was standing above the void, and I realized I had finally found it.
Just don't do anything to this place, right?
Oh, oh my god!
Whoa!
Oh my! Mending elytras! Oh my!
Okay, well,
Goat horn?
who gives a crap about the goat horn, man? That's just making a silly noise. The guy who used the goat horn already died. We don't have to worry about him anymore.
Another mending book? God apples? There's like a ridiculous amount of netherite. Oh my god, dude. That is ridiculous.
Wait. Isn't that low-key kind of important? The netherite upgrade template? Because netherite is like not like almost not a thing anymore. It's kind of crazy. Also, there's a level of exaggerating. We did not need to decorate the walls with wither skulls.
Do I take some of this?
Isn't there someone behind you? Oh!
Unmute now. Whoever you are, I see your particles. There's only one way in, there's only one way out. Whoever you are, you have ruined my life.
Again.
I see you. There's no point in hiding. Your invis is gonna run out. You put on any armor you have, and we scrap it out over here. I outgear you.
PvP! Ashwag! No way. Also, I will say, finally spoke locked in and used the right music. Because imagine he used some whimsical right during this point, bro.
You will die. Who are you?
Do I unmute?
Give me one good reason not to ban you off the server right now. Your chorus
Lock
room is
in,
not going to
Ashwag.
work this far underground. There are no caves nearby. You will die. If you re-invis, I will kill you in that diamond armor right there.
Okay.
Oh my god. You cannot make it up.
Wait.
Hello, Ash.
Wait.
You can't.
Wait. Hold on. I was gonna say, bro's deafened.
Oh my.
I mean, it's fine to be in Discord. That doesn't really matter. But that's interesting.
My god. You cannot make it up.
Hello, Ash.
Fish bucket.
Hey, dude.
It was you.
I've been following you for a long time, man. A lot longer than I found this space, actually. And after hours, days of following you, I thought it was gonna be useless, and then you led me right here, man. Right here. You led me right to this base, and then you guys started talking about this, like, this void room, all of these different rooms, and I thought I was gonna get caught many times. You guys found my bunker. That's insane. You guys almost took everything back from me, but I managed to
fish bucket,
take what I needed
funny,
and
though.
put in my ender chest, and then the rest I managed to burn. But I mean, shoot.
The items, the trade, the deal, the alarms. But worst of all, you are truly, truly worthless. And for what?
I mean, Ash, you led me right to, I'm guessing this is the void room, right?
This base means nothing to me. If you're talking about valuables, if you're talking about money and valuables and net worth, whatever sly nonsense you're trying to get your grubby hands on,
Totally.
you can stop looking. Because the most valuable thing of it all is long gone, Spoke.
What do you mean?
You know, I've liked watching you from the sidelines, even when I was invis. Even when I was invis just now and throughout my entire time with the Mafia, I've liked watching. And so I guess I'll dangle it in front of you more, Spoke. What I'm trying to get at is, the reason my base still stands even after you sabotaged my trade with Red is because I offered him something way more valuable than anything on the server combined. The only thing on the server that cannot be replicated, that cannot be changed, especially now, is what I traded to Red in exchange for this base.
Okay.
You traded the What are you stupid? Ash, you traded the dragon egg for 100 whatever mending books. You traded that for your base.
Huh.
Why don't you just keep the dragon egg? You can put it in the ender chest. You can give him all this nether. What is wrong with you? No, wait, that is actually so stupid.
Being rich.
No, wait, hold on. What? Contradicting yourself. In the beginning, bro was saying, we're the richest base or something, which is weird because that's not true if you're literally doing a trade with Radoons, but whatever, sure, continue.
Give him all this nether. What is wrong with you? No, wait, that is actually so stupid.
Being rich means nothing, Spoke. You think items make you rich?
You can trade items for stuff. You can get armor. That's what you wanted. You wanted mending to get richer. What are you talking about?
That egg is with Red. You're burying yourself alive.
What's wrong with you, bro? You
I'll be
traded
here when you
the
do
dragon.
what?
I can't get over that. You have so much other stuff. Things could have actually been good for me.
Right.
Okay.
Wow. And even now, all you're thinking about is yourself.
Stop the stupid talk. This is not about.
The egg is with Red.
Yeah, and I'll find
Do as
Red.
you will.
I'll find Red.
Totally.
I'll raid his base too, bruh. I did it here. I did it for a long time, man. I'll do the same thing with Red. Whatever place he has it in, even if it's in his ender chest, I'll get it out of there somehow. All right, it doesn't matter. I feel like you're underestimating here.
You know what, Spoke? You will never find yourself. You will never truly be happy.
Okay.
Go find that for treasure. Good luck.
Right.
Before you can even find yourself, find the exit, bro. It's through the lava.
Yeah, I was okay.
Day 100. Despite everything I had done, it felt like I had achieved nothing. If I wanted to get actually rich, I needed to find Radoons. Luckily, the items I stole didn't go to waste.
Yo, what's up,
In
guys?
fact, I probably did the best
My name's
trade
Spookus
ever
here, and
because
welcome to my Let's Play. I did some mining off camera, and I look pretty good now.
didn't go to waste. In fact, I probably did the best trade ever because in exchange for the loot, I was given a book with everything I'd ever need. Watch the next video here, or if you're new, check out my first Unstable video. Anyways, goodbye.
All right. That was really interesting. So before we watched this video, before this video reaction started, some people were saying Spoke makes terrible videos, blah blah blah. Dude, that was awesome. That was so. It literally doesn't matter. It did absolutely nothing, but it was really funny. So I don't care. There's a lot that happened in that. Anyways, W video. Shout out to Spoke.